Data quality management. This is the strategic lever that really determines if you're running on reliable insight or just pure risk.
And that risk, it's not some abstract idea. It is highly quantifiable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, research shows that poor data quality can cost organizations up to, what is it, 30% of their annual revenue?
30%. That's a staggering number.
It's a continuous financial drain, and that's why DQM, which is formalized in systems like the DAMA DMBOK, it's not a one-time cleanup job.
It has to be a continuous process.
Exactly. Constant measurement and monitoring.
And I imagine that cost goes way beyond just the balance sheet. I'm thinking about anyone trying to use artificial intelligence, for example.
Oh, absolutely.
That whole garbage in, garbage out principle feels like it's amplified, 100 times over with AI.
It is. It's a hard truth. Bad data just guarantees you're going to get bias or simply inaccurate results. It can completely sabotage your innovation efforts before they even get off the ground.
So to avoid that, how do you even define quality? It seems so abstract.
Well, data professionals have a system. They rely on 6 core standardized dimensions to move it from a philosophy to measurable policy.
Okay, let's run through them. First is accuracy,
Yep.
right? Does the data reflect the real world? That seems straightforward enough.
That's the foundation, yes.
But what about something like completeness? I mean, if you're dealing with millions of records, how do you stop chasing some kind of unobtainable perfection?
That's a great point, and it's where the nuance comes in. You have to distinguish between, say, syntactic completeness and semantic completeness.
Okay, break that down.
Syntactic is simple. Are there characters present in the field? But sometimes, policy might dictate using a specific code like 9999 to intentionally mean a value is unknown.
I see. So the field is technically populated, but the data isn't really there.
Exactly. It's semantically incomplete. And an analyst absolutely needs to know that distinction, otherwise their interpretation is going to be completely wrong.
Okay, so after accuracy and completeness, you need the data to be consistent everywhere.
That brings us to consistency. A customer's address has to be the same across sales, logistics, marketing, everywhere. No fragmented views.
Followed by timeliness, I assume. The data has to be current.
Right, which is non-negotiable in fast-moving sectors like finance. And then uniqueness, which is about eliminating duplicates. No one wants to bill the same customer twice.
And the last one you mentioned is validity. You called it gateway dimension. What does that mean?
It's just about the format. It's a structural check. Does an email address have an @ symbol? Does a date code follow the YYYYYMMDD format?
So if it fails that basic check,
If it fails that, you can't even begin to assess its accuracy or anything deeper. It's the first hurdle.
so once you find issues using these dimensions, what's the next step?
Well, this is a critical distinction. There's data cleansing, and then there's root cause remediation, or RCR.
So cleansing is just fixing the symptom, like
Yeah.
one bad record.
Exactly. It's a quick fix. RCR, it's about fixing the system that allowed the error in the first place, the input form, the broken integration. That's how you get long-term sustainability.
And for that long-term reliability, I'm guessing you need standardization.
You absolutely do. The central pillar there is master data management, or MDM.
That's the single source of truth we hear about.
It is. MDM takes all that fragmented customer or product data and creates one coherent, authoritative record that enforces consistency for every system that uses it.
But the technology needs structure. It needs accountability.
Of course. And that's usually a 2-layer system. You have data governance setting the high-level strategic policies, the how and why.
And then under them,
You have data stewardship. They're the boots on the ground, They execute the policies and set quantifiable targets. Like, we need 95% accuracy for all new customer data.
I'm also hearing that the tech itself is changing.
Massively. We're shifting away from intermittent batch checks where you only find out about bad data after the fact,
And moving toward what?
to continuous proactive management. Things like data observability platforms that monitor data pipelines in real time. It's essential for volatile dimensions like timeliness.
So to wrap this all up for you listening,
Mm-hmm.
data quality is clearly foundational for any enterprise strategy.
It is. It requires that systematic enforcement using the dimensions standardization through things like MDM.
And clear accountability with governance and stewardship.
Precisely. But let's leave you with maybe one final provocative thought.
Okay, go for it.
Think about a strategic KPI called the amount of dark data.
Dark data.
It measures the volume of data your company collects, stores, and maintains. but isn't actually using. It's not being analyzed or leveraged for anything.
So you're paying for it to just sit there.
You are. It indicates a fundamental failure in relevance and operational efficiency. So the real question to ask yourself is, how much of your organization's data assets are just sitting there in the dark, completely unused? That is the strategic waste that DQM is ultimately meant to eliminate.